We're back once again, and once again, talking about another game that could either make or
Mm.
break the year. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, dude, let's see it. I mean, Texans game, I think, was a surprise, but a welcome surprise, right? Like we looked like an actual NFL football team. Our offense was moving the ball. Zach played really well. I mean, yeah, he had a fumble, but wasn't we were up 2 scores at the time. They scored to come back to one, but like it was not a make or break play. And you know what I mean? So the team responded really well. And I think we have this phenomenal defense, and when you give it an offense that can move the ball, they feel rested, they feel juiced, and we can see what happens. Now, the question with Zach, and I think we've had this conversation many, many times, can he stack them? Can he stack the chips up multiple times? So can we see this out of this offense again against a beat up Dolphins team? I mean, if there were ever a time to pounce and beat the Dolphins, Dan, I think this weekend's it, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean to go off what you just said, just to sum up the last game, like it was so odd playing with a lead one. Like
Yeah,
that, like you just felt like that's the way that it should be for so like at least a couple games this year. Like you just saw the defense relax.
yeah.
You saw
Yep.
they weren't pressing. They were able to play within the scheme. They were able to do exactly what they needed to do in order to shut down. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for the win,
Yeah.
how we looked, the way Zach played, the way the defense played, everything. Everything was clicking. Special teams, defense, offense,
Right.
camaraderie, limited penalties, just everything. Coaching was good. Salah
Yeah.
was good. Hackett looked great. Everything was clicking in that game. So that was kind of a little bit of a glimpse of, is this what we're going to get for the rest of the year? Is this what at least maybe we're going to get next game? There's a but in there.
Always is.
Look, they didn't have Tank Dell. Okay, their number one
Yeah.
wideout who was showing himself.
Sure.
Nico Collins got hurt early in that game, so he was
Sure.
out. And I
Sure.
think their tight end got hurt too, right?
I can't remember. Tank Dell
Whatever
was
it
definitely out
was.
though. Tank Dell was definitely out.
So
Stroud did not look himself. Did
and then
not
it
look.
was raining. There was like pouring down rain. So again, I'm not taking away anything from
Yeah,
the
but
Jets.
Zach can't play in the rain. Remember
I
that?
know, dude. You remember that
But he
rant I
did.
went on about him not being able to play in the rain?
But he
I
did.
thought of that when we were watching the game. I was like, I'm really eating my words right now because Zach is having his best game of his life in the rain.
In the rain.
You know why?
Literally the
Because he
best game of
watches
his
our
life.
videos.
He does. He does.
And he
Zach
was like,
Wilson
I'm gonna
confirmed
prove
Jets
Dana
therapy
wrong
subscriber.
that I can play in the rain. And hey, good for him. Good for him. I'm glad I could provide a
Good
little
for
bit of
us.
encouragement for him.
Good for us. Zach Wilson subscriber.
It's true. I think he's in there. So yeah, so I was excited about everything. I'm not sold whatsoever on Zach Wilson and the Jets.
Agreed.
I've been sold on the defense. Obviously, they do it week in and week out. But it was just fun to watch them. It was fun to watch our defense play with a lead. That was really, really cool because you could see how dominant they should be all year, essentially. When they're not
It was
on the
fun to
field
watch a
sometimes.
team play 3 phases of the game. Like it was fun to watch the Jets play 3 phases, all 3 phases of the game well, right? Like, yeah, we went into the half 0-0, but you just felt like we were going to win that game. It didn't feel like, oh man, we're in 0-0, like the game's over, right? It was we're in 0-0 and we're gonna come out swinging, and we did. So
They did
it's
whatever they discussed at halftime, whatever they ate at halftime, whatever Salah said, just it worked, man. And that's kind of like in the beginning of the year, we saw a lot of that too, where they were making some really good adjustments at the half, especially
the
defensively. But
best. The
I mean,
best.
it was fun to watch. I mean, like my dad and I like high five during the game, and I was like, I think that's the first time we've high fived in like 2 months. So
Oh,
it was just fun to see your team win,
yeah.
and there were no injuries, there was no like drama. It was just a fun
Nothing.
team win.
Agreed.
But yeah, man, going into the Dolphins game, this obviously is a must win. You lose, there's 0% chance of making the playoffs.
Agreed.
you win, and you're kind of just like, hey, does
The
this
light is still
allow
there.
us? Does this allow us to see Rodgers even? Like, is there a chance now that he'll actually play on December 24th versus the Commanders? Because we're still in the hunt. If you're
Yeah.
6-8, you're technically still in the hunt. A lot of stuff needs to happen. Obviously, the Raiders need to lose. A bunch of teams will lose. The Browns, like a bunch of
The
teams
Raiders just dropped 63 points.
after losing 3-0 the week before.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
NFL is truly
Wild.
it's in a class of they're in a
Wild.
class of their own. So yeah, man, I think anything can happen especially if Tyreek is out.
Tyreek is out. That offense does look pedestrian, right?
Looks completely different. I mean,
if their offensive
trust.
line is banged up as it is,
Yep.
and they don't play, then that
I mean,
our
if
defensive
there's
line
two, and
is
this is why I like this matchup, especially if Tyreek is out. If there's two things I trust, it's our defense and our defensive line.
I thought you were going to say if there's two things you trust, it's DJ Reed and Sauce Gardner. But
Well, I could have.
thought you were going there, but you
It
didn't.
probably
But anyway,
really like Jermaine Johnson and Sauce Gardner, like
Yeah,
those
agreed.
two dudes.
Agreed.
And their offensive line is banged up. And I love this whole like take on like, oh, their center's going to be out. Their offensive line's banged up. Dude, we've had 15 guys in there in and out throughout the whole entire year.
Yeah.
Don't give me their offensive line is banged up. We're playing guys that shouldn't even be on a practice squad.
When you look up banged up offensive line in the dictionary, it's just a picture of every single Jets offensive lineman ever. So,
Getting banged.
like a human centipede style.
Oh, dude, what a movie that
Didn't
is.
think you would hear a human centipede reference on Jets therapy now, did ya?
Imagine that guy coming up with the concept for that movie, like he's in his mom's basement.
There were multiple movies, not just coming up with that movie.
Dude, have you
coming
seen
up with that
one?
coming up with the human centipede universe.
Have you seen number 2?
I did, and I didn't like it. It was a copycat. It was a copycat movie.
Of course, but man, did they take it to the extreme? I mean, that was intense. So yes, so moving off of the centipede, I think that the Jets. I don't even know if I guess I'll give a prediction later, but just
what do we got to do to win?
We're riding a high right now. The Dolphins are on a low. We know they do not play well in December. That's like historic.
They took the ping pong table out of the building.
So, and I love our defense. Defense travels. I love Brees Hall. He's getting hot. The running game travels. Zach Wilson. Hey, man, ball out. Like you said, what do you got to lose? Get benched again? Who gives a shit?
That was such a good quote. Such a good quote.
There's my light.
Oh, there's your light. I know those issues all too well.
What do you think? I can fix it.
I mean, I think, similar to what you said, man, it's like we just gotta play the same way, play loose, play free. And I hate this term, but that was a picture that fell on my desk. We're just falling apart here. It's the human centipede reference that just took everything down.
Nobody
just play free, man. Just a term I'm not a big fan of, but let it rip. And it's just like it last game was really great to see, but it was also like, where was this versus the Patriots? Where was this versus the Raiders? Where was this versus the Chargers? Because, I mean, bad call or not, we lost to the Chiefs. The Chiefs are a great team. That's fine. But like, we should have beat.
Don't get me started on Mahomes, please.
We should have beat the Patriots. We should have beat the Chargers, and we should have beat the Raiders. All three of those.
It's really just Patriots and Falcons. I mean, come on.
Imagine being here, like sitting here being 7. What would it be? 7 and or 8 and
7-7.
8, yeah, 7, 8, and whatever. Imagine winning those 3 games, sitting where we'd be winning the division, like or very close to it. But anyway, we're here. I think this is a game we can win. I think this is a game that keeps the light at the end of the tunnel. Now, does that mean, like you alluded to earlier, that Rodgers will play? I don't know. Apparently, he made an interception today because now he's playing on the scout defense or something like that. I don't know if you're.
That's a good idea with a guy coming off of Achilles surgery.
Does that mean Rodgers will play? Probably, right? I mean, because if we're truly done with Zach Wilson, he is now just playing for his audition for next year's team, and Aaron Rodgers is going to be that guy. So I don't know, man. I hope we win. I want to win, obviously, because I think if we win this game, that one keeps the light at the end of the tunnel, and 2, it gives us a roadmap to win the division, which is a scary thought. But I don't know.
That's a Jets thought right there.
It's a Jets thought right there, right?
Yeah.
Now,
All right.
what do
Well,
we got
I
to do to
mean,
lose?
that's kind of like my mindset right now is Zach Wilson's mindset, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
what do we have to lose? Keys to success. I mean, I'm going to kind of, so Garrett Wilson, I think, is not going to have the game that he just had.
Yeah.
And because they know that Zach targets
They'll
him.
put Jalen on him. They'll put
Yeah, they'll
Jalen
put
Ramsey
Jalen
on him.
on, and they know, especially on third downs.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Zach's ability to find the open receiver and
Yeah.
not stare at the guy that he wants to throw to.
I
It's
think
either
that's one thing he did
Conklin,
well. He passed it around.
he did. And it like, because what he's used to is either Conklin or Garrett. And
Yeah.
I think that Miami is going to kind of sniff that out, and they're going to put two on him. And it's going to be, do you have the ability to find Brees Hall out of the backfield? Do you have the ability to find Xavier Gibson? I think Brownlee's actually out this game
He is.
with a knee. And, do you have the ability to maybe hook up with Cobb randomly when he's in there? Like just something, hit
Alan
Rucker.
Lazard breakout game.
Yeah, he wasn't an afterthought. That'd be amazing, though.
Cut his ass.
Again, I think, it comes down to Zach and him being smart. And I think it comes down to him having the ability to find the open guy and not stare guys down that are not open.
Agreed. Yeah. I mean, spread the ball around, have some fun.
Yeah.
I think we need some good offensive line play again. I think it's going to be, I think Miami's defense is no slouch.
Sure.
Our offensive line is known to be a slouch. So I don't know, man. It's going to be a good game. It'll be fun. It's an away game. It's in Miami. I haven't checked the weather. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. So
I think rainy,
probably
dude.
warmer than Jersey, but another rainy
windy.
game. Another game where Zach is soaking at BYU, soaking like he was at BYU.
Did he say that actually?
I hope he did. Aaron Rodgers
retweeted it.
Yeah. So I mean, I hope he did, because we're seeing Zach's villain arc, and it's phenomenal. So, all right.
20-mile-an-hour winds and thunderstorms.
Lightning crashes.
And
Love
it's
it.
supposed to just downpour tomorrow night.
Good.
So,
Good.
I mean, hey, if this
it's
whole
grass, mud bowl,
bad weather, that theory was shattered last week. So
shattered.
We'll see how he does. And dude, Miami and Tua, they don't know how to play in this type of weather. If anything, bad weather benefits us. So I'm just gonna say
I would agree.
100%.
I would agree. We're probably so. All right, dude. Hit me with a prediction. What do you think score wise? What do you got?
There's a battle going on inside my brain right now.
Your nog.
I'm gonna go 23-17 Jets.
Yes. I'm back to guessing we're gonna win every game. That's what winning does.
Why not?
Right?
Why
That's
not?
what winning does. Winning one game brought me back. I think we're gonna win 24-14.
Okay,
I think we're gonna hold them to 2 scores.
Talk about blowing the over under. Blowing the spread out.
Yeah. I think we're going to win 24-14. I think we broke 30 for the first time in, I don't know, I guess since the beginning of the year, maybe. I don't remember the last time we scored 30 points prior to the Texans game. I don't remember. It was that long.
Dolphins game last year, maybe, when we kind of blew them out.
Maybe. I don't know. So I think the team knows what's at stake. Obviously, they're gonna be rejuvenated from this past game. Defense is as good as it's been, and Miami's beat up. Not much else. Go get it.
I like it, man. Yeah, it's just like we said when we started. It was fun. It was fun to just watch the Jets move the ball and be competitive. And if it's a competitive game and it comes down to the wire and we lose, yes, you're disappointed. But look, there have been so many games in a row here where you're just like, what a disaster. What an absolute dumpster fire this team is. So just to see a well-coached game and everybody plays well and you lose 27-24, 24-21, yes, that pisses you off, but you can at least sleep at night, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where, if you lose 6-27 and you look terrible and Zach has those. I mean, this is what he does. He has a great game, and then like
and then he falters.
maybe like an okay game at best, where he throws for like a 200 yards and one touchdown and a pick. Like, so Zach puts up back-to-back 300-yard games with a couple touchdowns. That'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be very sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do we have to lose, right? Like what do we have to lose? The playoffs.
I think they're playing for Aaron. Do you think they're playing for Aaron?
Maybe. I don't know, man. I really don't. It'd be pretty, maybe they're right. It's kind of like that first game, right? Maybe they are playing for Aaron and playing to get to him, to get to play. I mean, he's playing it. He's doing really well practice. I mean, the report today said he hasn't played 11 on 11, so I don't know. He hasn't gotten in like full reps, but I mean, if he apparently made he caught an interception today because he was playing on the defense.
How is that not on video? Come on.
I'm sure it is, and they just haven't dropped it yet. Maybe they don't want to. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't as impressive as people say it is. It's more like the written word is better than what the actual video was, So
ignorance is bliss.
Ignorance is bliss. But yeah.
I like it, man.
Let's hope we're filming Sunday evening in a happy mood.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, we'll be catching you Sunday night. Gordon and I are going to jump back on after the game, and hopefully we got smiles on our face. We'll have to see. All right.
I like that. JETS.
Jets. See y'all later.